In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can use your MPC Studio to create chords and scales directly from the hardware using MPC Studio's Notes mode. So let's dive straight in. Now, to use chords and scales, make sure you have a plug-in instrument or a MIDI track selected. I'm using Hype on track 1, so let's hold Shift and 16 levels, and now you'll see chromatic come up on the screen. And now we can play our pads chromatically with our sound. Now, if we hold down Shift and 16 levels again, we can now access the key information. So we're in the key of C, but we can just use the data wheel to change that key. So now we're in the key of F, and our notes will respond into that key. Now, if we hold 16 levels again, we can now change the scale type. So at the moment, we're in a major scale, but if we use the data wheel, we can now select natural minor. We could do a harmonic minor, pentatonic, etc., and go through all of the relevant scales. Then if we hit 16 levels again, we can now change the octave. So this could be a C2, C3, C4. Now, to access all of the different mode types, if you hold down Shift and 16 levels again, we can come out chromatic, then go to notes, then we have chords. So now our pads will start playing chords. Now we have the same information available. Shift and 16 levels, and we can now change the key and the scale type. And if we press it again, you can actually change the fingering position of the chord. So let's go back to our modes. And now this is chords. Then after this, we have chromatic chords, and then we have progressions. Now, progressions means that we have a whole bunch of presets that are already inside MPC Studio that can play different types of genres of chords. So if you hold down Shift and 16 levels again, we can see the progression type. This is House 4, which is very minor. Then if we use the bank select, this will jump up the octave, taking the chords up higher. Then if you turn the data wheel, you can just select a different progression preset. You can also create all of your own progressions from the MPC software and save these as presets. These will then show up in your browser. Here's a couple of presets that I've created already. I'm going to go to the 90s R&B 2. I can now play some chords around that genre directly from the pads. So let's use our electronic house progressions and add this over our track. To learn more about MPC Studio, MPC Workflow, head over to the MPC Academy for more tips and tricks and tutorials. See you next time.